There are moments in life when the battle feels too heavy to carry. You look around and wonder, why me, Lord? Why this pain? Why this fight? It's easy to believe you've been forgotten, overlooked, or even punished. But what if the battle is not a curse, but a calling? What if the storm you're facing is not meant to break you, but to build you into the warrior God destined you to be? In this story, we're not here to escape the pain. We're here to understand its sacred purpose. You'll discover that the fire you're walking through has been allowed, not to destroy you, but to reveal the strength, the faith, and the purpose God has placed inside you. You were chosen for this, and you're not alone. Chapter 1. You were never meant for comfort. Life was never meant to be a place of constant comfort. We weren't created to avoid hardship or hide from struggle. When God calls someone, He rarely calls them into ease. Instead, He calls them into purpose, and purpose always costs something. Look through Scripture, and you'll see the pattern. Those God chose often walked through fire. Moses had to face Pharaoh and lead a stubborn people through the wilderness. David, before becoming king, ran for his life and hid in caves. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was chosen to carry the Son of God, but she also carried the weight of scandal, fear, and ultimately, heartbreak. The world might say that suffering is failure, but through the eyes of faith, suffering is formation. When God chooses you, He doesn't promise a life free of pain. He promises His presence in it. That pain you feel, it doesn't mean God has abandoned you. It means He's refining you, preparing you, shaping you into someone who can carry the mission He has for you. The struggle is not punishment. It's preparation. Because you were never meant for comfort. You were meant for calling. Chapter 2. God equips those He chooses. God doesn't wait for you to be strong before He calls you. In fact, He often chooses the weakest, the most unqualified, the ones who feel like they have nothing to offer. Why? Because His strength is made perfect in weakness. When God chooses you, He also equips you. The very battles you're facing right now, the ones that feel too big, too painful, too confusing, are not there to destroy you. They are allowed to shape you. Just like fire refines gold, the heat of your struggle is forging something deeper in you. Faith, character, perseverance. Remember the words of St. Paul in 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. God's grace is not just a comforting idea, it's a weapon. It is what strengthens you when you feel like falling apart. You may think you are not ready. You may think you're not brave enough, faithful enough, or strong enough. But God sees your heart, and He knows what He planted inside of you. The calling on your life is not a mistake. You were made for this. The battle you are in is not random. It's part of your sacred assignment. You have a mission, even if you don't fully understand it yet. And just as He gave Moses the courage to speak, David the skill to fight, and Mary the strength to endure, God will give you everything you need. Not all at once, but step by step as you walk with Him. So don't look at your flaws and feel disqualified. Look at your weakness and say, this is where God will show His strength. Chapter 3. This battle is not yours alone. You may feel like you're walking through this storm by yourself, misunderstood, isolated, maybe even abandoned. There are days when the silence is loud, when the prayers seem unanswered, and you wonder if God is still listening. But He is. He has never left your side. Even in your loneliness, even in your pain, He is nearer than you think. The truth is, this battle was never yours to fight alone. Think of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, even the Son of God, perfect, holy, without sin, felt the crushing weight of sorrow and fear. He wept. He pleaded. He asked if the cup could pass from him. He knows what it means to be in agony, to feel the burden of a battle too great for one heart. And yet, even in that moment of darkness, he was not alone. The Father was with him, just as he is with you now. You are not expected to carry this all by yourself. God is not watching from a distance, waiting for you to prove your strength. He is in the middle of the fight with you. When your hands grow tired, he holds them. When your spirit is weak, his spirit intercedes. When your heart is breaking, he collects every tear. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. Maybe you've been trying to fight in your own strength for too long. Maybe it's time to lay your weapons down and say, God, I can't do this alone. And you don't have to. He's already gone before you. The battle belongs to the Lord. He will fight for you. You only need to be still, to trust, and to remember, you are never alone in this. Chapter 4. Every struggle has a sacred purpose. It's hard to believe that pain could ever have a purpose. When your world is breaking, when your heart is heavy, it's easy to think your suffering is meaningless. But in God's eyes, no tear is wasted. Every struggle, every hardship, every sleepless night is part of a story that reaches far beyond what you can see. God doesn't allow pain without purpose. Under his hand, even your darkest moments can be transformed into something sacred. Look at the saints. Look at Jesus. The cross was not an accident. It was the path to resurrection. Hebrews 5:8 tells us that, even though he was the Son, he learned obedience through what he suffered. If Jesus himself was shaped through suffering, why would we expect our path to be any different? Your cross might feel heavy, but it's not pointless. It's shaping your soul, sharpening your faith, drawing you deeper into God's heart. Suffering teaches us compassion. It helps us understand others' pain. It humbles us and reminds us that we need grace. When we're broken, we become vessels that God can fill, and through that, he can pour into others. Your testimony won't come from a perfect life, but from a life that's been through the fire and survived with faith intact. And one day, the very thing that hurts you will become the thing that heals someone else. So don't rush through your pain. Don't numb it. Don't deny it. And don't waste it. Let it teach you. Let it deepen you. Let it awaken something sacred inside you. Because in God's hands, nothing is ever wasted, and every struggle has a holy purpose. Chapter 5. Stand firm, even when you tremble. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to stand even when fear shakes your bones. It's lifting your eyes to heaven when everything inside you wants to run. In the heat of your battle, you may feel like you're falling apart, but God says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for I am with you." Joshua 1:9. He never promised a life without fear, but he promised his presence in the middle of it. There will be days when your faith feels like a flickering candle in the wind, when doubt whispers louder than truth, when your hands shake and your heart questions, "God, can I really do this?" And the answer is, not alone. But with him, yes. Because standing firm doesn't mean you never cry, never feel weak, never question. It means you plant your feet on the promises of God, even when they're the only thing holding you up. Put on the full armor of God, wrap yourself in truth, fasten hope around your waist, and hold up the shield of faith, even if your arms are tired. The fight is not just physical, it's spiritual. And every prayer, every breath of faith, every quiet act of trust is warfare. Don't underestimate the power of simply showing up. Some days, the greatest victory is refusing to quit. God sees your trembling. He doesn't mock it. He meets you in it. Like a father holding a child who's scared of the storm, he wraps his arms around you and whispers, "I've got you. You're not alone." Your strength doesn't come from within. It flows from the one who made you. And in your weakness, his power is revealed. So keep standing, even if your knees shake, even if your voice trembles. Stand, not in your own might, but in the quiet, steady strength of a God who fights for you. Your fear does not disqualify your faith. In fact, standing firm while trembling may be the purest act of faith you'll ever make. Chapter 6. You were chosen, and you will overcome. You were never meant to be a victim of your battles. You were chosen to be a warrior. A holy warrior, anointed by God. Not because you're strong, but because He is. The pain you're facing, the tears you've cried in the silence, they are not signs of weakness. They are signs of purpose. You've been entrusted with this battle, not to break you, but to build something eternal through you. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Heaven sees you. God sees you. And He is not pacing the throne room worried about your future. He is preparing you for victory. The ending you fear is not the ending God has written. His pen is still moving, still writing your story. And the page you're on right now, the one filled with confusion, doubt, or suffering, it's not the final chapter. It's the turning point. Because God has already overcome the world, and in Him, you are more than a conqueror. You don't fight for victory. You fight from victory. Every bruise, every scar, every step forward through fear becomes a testimony of God's faithfulness. The enemy wants to define you by what you're going through, but God defines you by what He's bringing you to. So lift your head, wipe your tears, cling to His promises. You were chosen, and you will overcome. Not because it's easy, not because you have all the answers, but because the one who called you is faithful, and He will complete the work He began in you. Don't let your weakness speak louder than your anointing. You were chosen for this, and you are never alone. This is not just a hard season. This is a holy one. The struggle you're in isn't punishment. It's preparation. It's not rejection. It's redirection. You're not being destroyed. You're being refined. The fire that surrounds you is the same fire that shapes you into who you were meant to be. When you look back on this battle, you'll see the fingerprints of God in places you thought were abandoned. You'll realize the silence was sacred, the pain was a teacher, and the wounds became open doors for grace to flood in. You were chosen for this battle. Not because you're flawless, not because you're fearless, but because God saw in you something eternal. Something worth fighting for. Something worth using. So don't give up. Don't let go. Rest in the truth that this battle is holy. And because it is holy, you are held. You are loved. You are victorious. Even now, even here. Keep going. Heaven is cheering. The saints are surrounding. And your Father is near. You were chosen for this battle, and you will not be defeated.